Absolutely clueless. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever one it happens to be for you. Well, where do I start? That game was atrocious, appalling. I don't know, there's so many words I could use. Ridiculous, clueless, just too many words that I could use. I said I would have started differently with different players because I felt like that Mawani up top would have been better because I think that he can hold the ball up better. He's also better with his feet, and I thought that maybe us keep passing the ball into the box high on to try and get onto Richie's head isn't probably the best one. The best route because of their defenders. They'll just clean up everything, which they actually did do. From the get-go, they had that chance straight away off of the woodwork. We were very lucky not to concede very early on, let's be completely honest. And then the game, it just continued. We hardly had a touch in their box. Like, we had one touch Richie in the box. One. And he had a header that he completely messed up. That was the first half. It was atrocious. I said I wanted us to be on it. I wanted us to move quickly, decisively. I wanted us to take chances, take some risks when it comes to taking shots. I didn't even check the stats. I don't even want to check the stats of what our shots were because it was poor, so ridiculously poor. Now, it's definitely on the players to cross that white line and do better. 100%. None of them were good. I'm sorry, but none of them were good. I thought that even Spence was doing my head in. I don't think that he can really cross a ball. Every time he got it, it didn't really lead to anything particularly good. I'm not saying he is a bad player, but I just thought he wasn't particularly good today. I thought Porro was absolutely useless. I don't think that Van de Ven and Romero were any good. I don't think our midfield. I thought that maybe that Bentancur's perhaps slightly okay, but not great. I don't think any of them put 100% effort. Archie, of course, with that mistake because he called for the ball, but he didn't really have awareness of his surroundings, got the ball nicked off of him and they scored. So it was a bit of Vicario and a bit of Archie on that one. But Archie is a young guy, and although obviously you say they're good enough, they're old enough, they're good enough, whatever, which way around it is, I do think that Vicario, even if he was calling for the ball, he's the one who makes that decision. So it was just, ridiculous. When they scored the second goal, we should have closed him down. Why are we letting him get the crossing like that? And it ended up being a goal. The third goal, just... we could have done better. We could have done better perhaps. There's definitely, we don't close players down. They were all over us. They looked so much more dangerous than us. They looked so much more threatening than us. Now, where I will criticise Thomas Frank is he could see that this was a problem. He could see, so I'll adjust myself. He could see that it wasn't going well. At half time, he didn't make any changes. Now, I would have taken Richie off, put Odebert on, and put Mawani in the middle. Try something different. Take Archie off and try Bentancur Paulinho. See if that would calm the midfield down a bit. Get a little bit of control. Then maybe change it with a Lucas coming on. There are definitely ways that he could have changed it. He brought on Ben Davies. I'm not saying that Spence was bad or bad enough to be hauled off for Ben Davies. That's not what I was thinking. I don't get it. I don't get what we were doing. I don't really know what else to say, if I'm honest with you. I can't understand how in one match we can go from being pretty good attacking wise, but that was at Brentford. I felt like the game in midweek against Prague were a bit too crazy for me. I didn't particularly like how we set up with that game. I thought that we didn't really dominate that game. We just allowed it to be a back and forth game without dominating it really at all. It didn't feel like a dominant game or a game where we continuously threatened. It felt like a game where they threatened and we threatened slightly, and yeah, we didn't exactly get goals from open play. We got a goal, we got own goal, and then 2 penalties. So that game didn't really please me. But we went from Brentford to playing the get like this, and then when we was playing away, we was playing better away, to playing better at home, to now playing rubbish away. What are we doing? I honestly don't understand. I said all along, away, if we play Paulina and Bentancur, I'm not going to be mad at that. It is Nottingham Forest. They aren't that good, but I did say again in my preview that they do score a couple of goals every time they're at home. How can I know this and they don't? They're meant to be people who know they're in the know. They should have looked stuff up. They should have checked them out. What were they doing, research wise, when it come to them? So we knew that they had that threat at home and that they're better at home, yet we didn't try and counter it. We didn't try to attack it. We just sat off them, just let them. We were sloppy with the ball so many times, giving the ball away and away and away. Like everybody was doing it. It was just... yeah, kicking it long when you're kicking it to Richarlison, who cannot hold the ball up for love or money. We were never winning them second balls. In midfield, we were completely outclassed, overrun, whatever which way you want to say it. That was not a setup like you would typically think of a Sean Dyche setup. He did not just let us have the ball and they counter. He was not doing that. They actually set up and played really well. They looked like they wanted it. We did not. That was the problem. We set up and looked like we didn't want it, and they did. And I don't know what Thomas Frank is saying to these guys at half time, but he needs to kick a boot up their backsides. Why are you letting them carry on this way? Change it, talk to them and make a change. You can see that it's not going well, and people might think it is a bit harsh to drag Archie off, and that's not very good for the boy's confidence because he is a young boy. But come on, man, you needed to do something to change it. Even if he did go free at the back, I don't think I'd even be mad at that. Play 2 up top, I don't know if I'd be mad at that. Kudos was even doing my head in. He's had the ball so many times, doesn't look up, tries to keep hold of it too long. One point, Mawani was running, made a really good run. Nobody's there. Nobody's there with him. What are we doing? Do they not know we can attack? Oh, it's driving me bonkers. I don't know. I really don't know what to say. I'm still not frank out. I think that it's really difficult because I know that some of it is obviously to do with players, but I do think that he has got a lot to do with changes that can be made to change the game. He's somebody who's supposed to be the professor, somebody who prides himself in being able to change games and be able to change things up when things aren't going well. And thus far, I haven't really seen that. I'm going to be honest. And if this does carry on, I don't think there's going to be many people behind him. I'm going to be honest. And a lot of people will say, well, what next? I mean, something better than this, surely. This is graveyard football. That's what I called it. People called Angie's football a certain type of football, which I don't want to say because I'll probably get kicked off YouTube. But that football is kamikaze football, let's call it. And this is graveyard football. What are we doing here, man? What are we doing? Very, very, very frustrating to see this happen. I predicted a 2-2. I said a 2-2 would be good. I said a 2-2 would be a decent result to get a point at Forest, knowing that they would be a tough game to go to. We didn't even try to get a bloody goal. We didn't even try. Right, well, I think I've said enough. I don't know what else really I can say. So please let me know what you think in the comments. Air your frustrations with me or tell me I'm completely wrong, and I'm happy to have that conversation with you. But please make sure you smash that like button for me. Please make sure that you have a great rest of your day, evening, afternoon, whatever which one it is for you, because I most certainly am not, because I am fuming, absolutely fuming. Take very good care of yourselves. We'll speak again real soon.